They call me Rat Man.
I'm a rat man.
I'm the rat man. Oh, fuck.
Oh, look who's fucking it all up.
He's fine. He's fine.
Welcome to the Brown Bricks podcast. The most amount of fun you can have while listening to a podcast.
I'm Jack.
I'm Phineas.
I'm Jackson.
He's Jack's son.
Thank you, my son.
Yeah, that's some new lore.
Come over here.
And
What if instead of breastfeeding you with my titty, I did it with my penis?
What?
Remember that?
Yeah.
Awesome tweet.
No, I saw it. I've seen it.
There's some guy and he just said, imagine if instead of women breastfeeding with their titties, men breastfed with their cocks.
I don't want to imagine
And
that.
everyone's filed on them forever.
I'm not gonna do that
Because it was one of those Twitter accounts that just constantly has to keep posting like, oh, this will be funny ideas. Like most of the time they just steal shit.
banger after banger.
After,
Oofy.
you know who's not doing another banger? That one Jupiter guy or Sad Squid or whatever.
I have
the guy
no
who called
idea what
Elon
you're
Musk a
talking
pedophile.
Juniper's a woman.
Okay. Guys, gender neutral.
What happened to this squid woman?
Squid Woman called Elon Musk a pedophile and then she got banned.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was in protest of the fact that now they don't display article headlines when you post them to Twitter. They just display like the article image, so people will just write whatever they want above like an article link, and it'll only post the image, so it looks like that's the headline.
No, I think the funnier ones, because like people did that, and I was like, I don't really get it, and then I was like, oh, it's because they were trying to pretend to be the article link, but the article always like had a very bespoke like title to compared, but the funnier ones are the ones that were
People just don't click.
in context.
People
with
just don't
that.
click links on Twitter.
Yeah.
It was the issue. So not displaying the headline when you post a link makes it so much easier to be like misinformed
But
about stuff.
the best ones are the ones that like what they typed in Twitter was supposed to complement what was the article headline, and so a lot of them are like, damn. And then they say problem or like stuff where it's just like it doesn't make any sense, and then it just has like a picture of somebody. So there's some pretty good ones because they retroactively did that to every single thing. So.
You would think Elon Musk, of all people, would have no issue with people randomly calling others a pedophile.
Yeah, I know.
That was like,
Isn't that like his whole thing?
that was a big moment for him back when all
also,
those kids were stuck in Atlantis or
Yeah,
whatever.
that he called the guy that rocks.
Also free speech, Elon. Free speech.
Yeah, Elon's starting to realize that unlimited free speech, lame.
I mean, it's just very obvious he's creating his own echo chamber, right?
Yeah,
Stroke his
exactly.
ego. He's just an insecure loser.
He was just kind of figuring that everyone's going to be like, thank you, when like most of the people on Twitter are like weirdo losers who are like, we hate you. And it's like, get out of our space. And he's like, no. It's so you know, whatever. It's
just like all free speech. Like what he's doing something with the block. Like he's making it so there's a limit to how many people you can block or something.
There's
right? But then like anyone who bothers him, you know, he exercises every right to get him off the platform. You know, and it's
he doesn't use like the universal metrics.
It's like you're not being subtle here. We know what you're trying to do.
You're a thin-skinned baby. You're a thin-skinned baby.
The one thing that I do like, so there was a news article this week that was talking about how Elon Musk, because he wants to make Twitter like a super app, like the Chinese
he wants
super
it to
app.
be like WeChat.
But like he was like, the first thing we're going to implement is like Twitter for LinkedIn. So your Twitter, you can like apply for jobs on your Twitter account. And I'm like, oh my God, who the fuck would be like, hey job, here's my prospective job. Here's all my information. Also Twitter is like notoriously bad at holding its information. So it's like, here's all of like my very important information that like is pretty confidential. And also my full name, and also my Twitter profile that I've been liking furry porn on or something like that.
Just all the absurd shit that you like or retweet, just exposed.
The internet just sucks now. The internet should be fun.
It's always getting worse every day, and that's why
so much fun.
And the real world,
I play video
games
games.
Getting better. That's what's cool about it. Is you go outside and you're like, I
had a really nice walk the other day because it's sweater weather now.
It's getting chilly. Kind of like that.
Good. It is like when you spend too much time online, you start being like, The real world's actually kind of cool. It's very easy.
The air,
I mean,
the trees.
I got plenty of problems with the real world, quote unquote, but it's nice interacting with people in the real world versus like seeing what people get up to on social media and just being like, God, are you human? Are you the same species as me? What is going on?
You just a fucking weirdo. It's like, but yeah, I feel like if you get people in meat space, they're a lot more likely to be reasonable about
lay
meat
meat space.
Like every time I see someone who's like made a career out of making like TikToks and I watch some of their TikToks, I'm like, you do this every day or like every other day. Like, how are you not like the most depressed person alive? Stop doing this. This isn't good for humans to do. It can't be good for you to live your life this way. Like just doing dubs of like people just making dubs of skits that were already done.
There's
and,
that
like,
one
that's their whole thing.
There's that one chick who all she is just a hot chick who steals like other people's skits and then acts them out as being a hot chick.
That's a lot of fucking people on there, and it's like this, but it works, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I see why you're doing it, but this can't be good for you. This can't be good for the world.
It's funny because the way that she
Body is bad. The body is not good.
I was always like
Body's bad.
the body is bad. That was always like, man, she must be like kind of depressed. Like that's all she does is just scrounge up like funny people's TikToks, then steal them and then like act them out. And then like on one TikTok that I saw, she's like, oh yeah, I'm from like this country that I've never fucking heard of. She's like, where are you from? It's like United States? No. Like India? No. And then she was like, just kidding, I'm from, and then it like was this random bumfuck nowhere country. And I'm like, oh, that's why. Because you're like the richest person in that country now because you just make TikToks that go insanely viral.
True. I guess like in the US, if you try to be like a TikTok influencer, you're probably like making shit money and struggling for most of them. But if you live in like Uzbekistan, and you can get 1 million views on something, you're balling.
Yeah,
you're
you are
doing
like
fucking well.
They're like inviting you to charity galleries.
Wait, does TikTok do like YouTube style payout? How's that work?
I think they have a really fucked payout system.
So they
I don't
have something
remember how
called
it
the
works.
TikTok Creator Fund that's never really gotten bigger since TikTok. So basically, once you reach a certain view threshold, every bit of engagement that you get, they kind of divvy it up. They have like a certain amount every month, and then they
get
divvy
a
it
certain
up
piece of the pie
between everybody. And because more and more people are using TikTok, more and more people get that Creator Fund stuff. So just the amount is going down and down and down for everybody.
Weird.
But I mean, they're just trying to get you to like promote other things on your TikTok now, or like try to like sell.
Just do ads.
They're trying to do like turn into like a shopping network where like they want people to like live stream.
Yeah. No,
just, like
that's
opening a bunch of Shein
that
things.
shit gets so many views in China. It's so weird. Like you'll have like 900,000 people watching like some guy just like opening a fucking shitty ass like piece of clothing on like,
like,
it looks like
makeup.
HGTV or whatever the fuck, like one of the like shopping channel shit.
Did you hear about the one guy who's like a gajillionaire in China because he does that, and he's just like a hot guy, and it's very funny because he did that and he was like, here's this new shitty makeup pen, and everyone's like, oh, I've tried that one, it's like shitty, and then he started yelling at everybody for being poor in the chat. He was like, you're not buying this fucking makeup pen, you fucking pores. And it's like, oh yeah, you make more than like collectively everyone in this chat, so shut up.
All 900,000.
Yeah. It's
I don't know. I just don't know what's going on. I look at it. I've been left behind. Officially, I've been left behind by the internet and culture, and I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Which is
when
funny.
I watch it.
That's
early.
We were pretty plugged in.
It freaks me
early.
the fuck
I think
out.
I'm okay. Like I'm not okay with it, but I understand it.
I don't understand what's going on at all. It's so confusing to me.
What I've been really annoyed with is like the internet like is
turned into a fucking boomer podcast.
I know, dude.
no, the internet's doing this thing.
I don't want to
this is
be,
the
but I
last.
just got to be real. I don't. It scares me, and I'm confused.
This
I
is the
don't
last
like
the
it.
internet scares me part, but just like the idea where, because like it was like that McDonald's ad and that one fucking like hiking like black people pretending to be white people thing. Both of those, I didn't see like a single bit of backlash for either of those, and both sides were just like, look at how they're everyone's calling this racist, or like everyone's saying that like we need like they're getting left, people are getting annoyed that there's families and ads, and it's like, no, neither side was saying that, and people have just like started the feedback loop early where people jump in before that actually happens, where they're like, oh, people, I bet like they try to like mind game it where it's like, I bet people are gonna be mad because there's a family in the McDonald's ad, so I'm going to say that left-wing people are mad.
You gotta preemptively get
it's like you're getting mad at nobody. Like, it's just a bunch of people getting mad at like people that don't exist sometimes, and I'm just like, I'm just tired. I'm just really fucking tired.
I'm really tired, guys.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
I think I'm just gonna go play Morrowind again.
Yeah.
That game rocks.
We gotta go to Israel.
What?
Gotta go to Israel.
We gotta go to
We don't get to talk
Israel.
about
Birthright.
What happened with Israel?
Just
President Fall.
I've been listening to a lot of Chet Hanks lately. He said, everyone said, what?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
No,
You watched
Biden
the Adam
has.
Friedland show?
I did. I watched like
Is it
the
good?
first half of that.
Chet
kinda
Hanks is
funny.
old news. I feel like he was like a meme like 3 years ago,
Yeah.
and now they're a bit late to him.
I think they have some good jokes in it, and I thought it was okay. But yeah, I mean, Chet Hanks, I don't really care. Like a lot of people who got Chet Hanks on, they're all trying to be like, do the voice, dude, right? And like make fun of him, right?
Yeah.
Which is fair because he's like a silly guy, you know, and it's funny
Yeah.
to watch him be a silly guy.
It's more interesting to see what he thinks, how he like interfaces with the world.
I don't know. I don't find him interesting at all, actually.
No,
but-
he's
But,
relatively boring.
Adam
person.
Friedland and Nick Mullen are funny guys, and they wrote
Yeah.
some funny bits.
That's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That's good.
Now, what if you had done a school shooting about 17 years ago and you wanted to get famous now because of it?
Have you heard about this
What
guy?
would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
I would do a O.J. Simpson style book, like how I would get away with the school
No one
shooting.
reads books anymore.
Well, namely, you didn't get away. You were in prison.
Oh,
Yeah.
The last
okay,
17
but yeah,
years.
I'd do a book probably.
Okay, but no one reads books though.
Yeah,
you know where
buy
you
a
want to
book.
be.
All right, Netflix documentary.
No,
Nah.
the best place to be,
don't know.
boots on the ground. TikTok star.
TikTok,
There's a new big TikTok star that's just a school shooter.
I knew it was gonna be that, but I refused to say that's what I would do.
Just wanted it to, you tried to will it not into existence.
Yeah,
by
I was trying to
refusing say it.
manifest
You
something
were like,
something
please,
that I can
please.
understand, and it's just like, okay, he's doing TikTok, okay.
Yeah. Well, namely, he's doing TikToks about how school shootings are bad. And for reference, his school shooting did not kill anybody. He only injured one person.
Yeah, he
And
fucked up.
it's like,
He-
yeah.
he was a shitty school shooter. That was the worst part.
That's bad, but it's really not that bad. But then trying to get clouded off of it, that's fucking insane.
He's trying to do this
hide
thing.
your face for the rest of your fucking life, you weird person.
He's trying to get clouded off of it, and he's also trying to be like, oh no, like everyone can be redeemed. And it's like, yeah, but you don't like go away.
I mean, yeah, like I get it. You went through the criminal justice system and you served your time, but shut up. Shut
up.
the fuck up.
you don't get like cloud off this. You don't get to be like,
Go get a regular job.
yeah.
You don't
You
like. Why
even
does
get it.
everyone want to be famous, bro?
Yeah, I
It's just
know.
like I look at like the lives of these influencers, and like there's constant. It's like that's hell.
Yeah.
you're all willingly running into hell. I don't understand.
Just looking at like the comment sections of all those places where it's like, oh, this is just a nightmare. Like this would just be waking up to
You
this.
just,
every
you
single-
willingly want to ruin your life so that you don't have to have a real job.
Yeah.
and you can make. I don't know, fucking NPC live streams. Like what? It's not worth it. Don't take the devil's deal.
Listen, wait, let's see you try it for a month, and maybe it will be.
doesn't-
worth
No, it sounds like hell. Why would I do that?
it. Well,
like,
because you
even
don't
under
know.
the
Maybe it's that much worth it. You know.
Can't possibly be.
Yeah,
It
there's
can't
no amount of
possibly be
money
worth
that
it.
would be worth
okay. Then let's take
mean,
a
there is,
different
but-
path for you. Go back to school, do a school shooting, and come out at the other end of that and see where you land. You know.
Yeah.
See what you're feeling like doing.
We got to at least give him a fair shot.
What school should I enroll in to shoot up?
The Ohio State University.
I don't know why that's so funny. You just school shooting.
I always find it funny when the footballers have to announce like what school they're from. It's always a good joke. Like Key and Peele did their bit on it as well, but every time, like even just seeing like them announcing their normal schools in the
Yeah.
football games, I'm just like, that's funny.
Would you? I don't know. If you were gonna do a school shooting, would you wait for like a funny moment in class?
Yeah, somebody fucks up a question real bad, and everybody's kind of laughing at him. And you're like, "It's not funny."
I would be a good student until I could be a TA, and then I'd be running. I'm like, professor's running a little late. I'm gonna do a little quiz here. All right, and I ask people to raise their hands. They answer the question wrong. No. And that's when I start.
Yeah, and then you hold them hostage, and then you're like, no, we're still doing this, or else I'm executing from left to right every single person.
By then, I got the adrenaline pumping. I just gotta go. You know.
Yeah, you just gotta go.
The bit's been done, and now we're in this bitch.
Now we're doing it. Now, and the die has been cast, so to speak.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna do that, guys.
Okay,
hey,
fine.
listeners,
We're not
I'm not
gonna do
gonna
this.
do
True,
that.
you don't want to be famous, so we won't settle on that for our plan for your life.
You guys are planning out my life?
Yeah.
I'm always kind of thinking about.
We've
that.
at least got, like, people ask, it's like, do you have a 5-year plan? I've got a 5-year plan for my friend Phineas.
Yeah, for
I've
me,
got-
I don't know.
I don't
what
what the
the
fuck
fuck
I'm gonna do, but I know
Well,
he's gonna be at
Well,
5
you guys
years.
have any other ideas? Because I don't know what I'm doing.
We said school shooting TikTok.
Yeah, all right, pass.
But you, okay, that changes a lot. That changes the algebra on a lot of my plans.
You'd have a plan
Okay.
B.
Okay, we're gonna need you to go back in time again for this one, and we're gonna need you to audition
I'd
for
rather do
the
that.
role of Freddy Fazbear in the new
yeah.
FNAF movie.
You should.
Okay, but only if it can never be revealed what my true identity is.
Yeah, well, you're
Yeah.
Freddy. Well, actually, what's the purple guy? Is that the main bad
That's
guy?
that guy's name is Purple Guy.
The bite of 83. I don't know.
You're just a fucking collage of like half remembered.
How about this? I get time.
I've never fucking watched a Markiplier video.
I get time
in my
travel.
life.
I get time travel.
Pat?
I memorize every
Well, that-
Markiplier video.
Markiplier, I feel like knows more.
I memorize every joke Markiplier has ever made. I go back in time and I release all of the same videos
Oh,
as
shit.
him,
Ahead
but
of
like
him.
a day earlier.
Oh, that's
Like,
awesome.
what the fuck?
I wonder if his like videos would change after that. Like,
Oh yeah.
well, but then it would just be like, oh, you're like,
What if that happened and he became like an alt-right guy? He's like, I gotta
yeah,
pivot.
you set something off.
You've really destroyed his.
I love
Like, I
the
just
idea.
can't find any space in this niche, so I'm going with what was always my plan B.
That would be fun. Like Markiplier was just one bad day from being like a fucking MAGA guy.
I feel like you would you not get the fame that he would have? I guess it's all luck, anyways. But like you would,
I don't know.
Markiplier seems like
you
the
wouldn't
kind of guy
you wouldn't
who
be able
could.
to give the same delivery. I feel like you know.
No, he could get it.
I could nail it. I don't remember how
Said
Markiplier.
Chica.
Chica.
Ooh,
That's what fucking Markiplier sounds like.
Freddy
I guess
Golden
a
Freddy.
part of what made him so successful was his his voice.
and his sex appeal.
Well, I got
Yeah,
the sex
he's-
appeal.
Yeah, you got
Sexy
that.
man.
I have the sex appeal in spades. I don't have that Markiplier voice.
I do like how you were like, I don't want to be famous, and then all of our plans for you involve you.
Well, listen, I wanted him to be goddamn Freddy Fazbear.
That's
in,
true,
in
yeah.
The FNAF
I'll be
movie.
Fazbear. It's fine. I'll be.
What's
Fazbear.
cool about it though is that Friday Night at Freddy's is in real life now.
Well, that's all.
I'm
That's
speaking like that one.
Why are we talking about Freddy Fazbear? What the fuck?
No,
that's always been.
they're
Five
now
Nights at
gonna.
Freddy's has always been real.
No, but like Five Nights at Freddy's is opening up a bunch of locations for like Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Are they
But
doing
the
it
best
in,
part?
in Chuck E. Cheese?
I think I have a link to it because the best part is there was like some guy on Twitter like after he quoted that and he's like, guys, I think we all need to agree to be very fucking normal around this place. Like everyone, do you have the tweet pulled
Yeah,
up?
I got it. Listen, I'm a huge FNAF fan, much like some of you, and I'm excited to see this, even if I never have the chance to visit. They're writing really strangely with lots of
Using
lots of
mnemonics.
yeah, they're like to visit TA. Anyways, however,
AAVE.
I implore everyone to please be somewhat serious and or normal about this. I recall Scott, the guy who created FNAF, expressing his fears of a physical location years ago. Yeah, that
It
guy.
was like
that
a-
guy expressed his fears of a physical location because he thought it would actually summon Satan into this world.
That guy is that kind of guy.
It is dangerous to make a real Friday night Fazbear.
Friday Night Fazbear's funkin'.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have like two groups there. You're gonna have like kids who are really into Fazbear, Freddy, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have like meme lords with no social skills and no self-awareness, and they're gonna be going to the same spot.
Yeah, and that's
And
just a
it's just
recipe
it
for-
could go real bad.
A lot of kids are apparently Five Nights at Freddy's is just really popular with kids.
There's going to be a lot of weapons brought into that building, and I feel like they're going to be used at least once or twice.
Is that what we're gonna do a school shooting?
I mean, there might be some katanas going through there.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, like these kids are scared. They're scared of Freddy Fazbear, and or they want to have sex with the animatronics.
Also, like if it's just gonna be like a Fazbear's Pizza, like that novelty is gonna wear off.
In
Well, are
the
they
lore,
doing-
isn't there a thing where like a kid crawled into one of the animatronics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think kids are gonna try to do that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But there's gonna be a little
There'll
room where
probably
you can
be
do
one
that.
where you're allowed to do it, and it probably
the Vor Freddy attraction,
And it
where
kills
his
you.
mouth is just really big, and all the kids are like, "Ooh, I'm going in." Ooh. That's
Well, I'm
that's the
wondering if
only
they're
location
gonna-
that's successful is the one where you get bored by Freddy.
I hope they
Are
play it
these
straight.
temporary.
I don't know. They apparently they're just popping up. I
If they're
just saw it on
making
Twitter.
several, they must be right. Like
Yeah.
maybe one will stay open for a slightly longer period of time if it's in like an area where it's more popular. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to imagine they're doing it for Halloween, right? Because
I guess, yeah. That might-
They're like the
that
new
might make
Spirit Halloween.
Well,
Freddy Fazbear
so
Pizza.
they're obviously
popping
not
up.
going to have real animatronics in there, which defeats the whole point of it in my mind.
Why
They
they
might.
might? Why wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't they?
I feel like that's an expensive undertaking for a temporary.
That's not like
You charge out the ass,
Yeah.
because all
Yes.
these parents are bringing their kids who go, I must go
Mommy, I
to the,
must go
to
to
the
the
Friday, Five Nights.
I need to see,
Fazbear's Pizza Funkin'.
I need to see
please.
Chica's fat ass.
I've heard that Markiplier might be there. Mumsies, please, I have to go.
Mumsies, I must meet
It's, the
Markiplier.
tickets are only $350, Mumsies.
Mumsies, that's a steal to meet Chica and crawl into
I
her
don't
mouth.
have anything for birthday or Christmas.
or for Halloween, like you usually get me, Mumsy.
Mumsy.
Anyways, that guy, he says he was afraid of having a physical location. Why is he doing it now, huh? Does he not have control over the product
That's
anymore?
a sign it's already succeeding because they're meant to be scary.
Yeah. He says,
the
what-
guy who
Imagine-
is allowing this to happen is
imagine
scared.
if like the creator, like Scott Adams or whatever of Dilbert fame, comes out and fucking goes and
Totally
at the
different guy.
at the ribbon cutting ceremony. He just says it's out of my control.
I'm scared of making a real
I don't want to
location.
do this,
the-
but it's
scared-
out of my control.
I'm scared of making a real location because I think the bite of 87 might become real. I think I might be
I'm about to do
a
the bite of
Nostradamus
2000.
type
It's
figure.
gonna be the
Three.
Notre Dame type. This is about to be the bite of 27. These are
Bite
staying
of
open for a while.
The bite of 2023. That's bad. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't
either.
like FNAF at all.
Yeah, I don't like.
If I had if you had to delete one media property from existence, what would you guys choose? I might choose FNAF.
I'd probably choose FNAF as well, just because there's literally no redeeming value in my eyes to that fucking video game.
Yeah.
Like the video game's not fun. I don't think I've ever been like that's. I guess this conversation is the most redeeming I've ever gotten out of FNAF.
You have to admit, though, that Chica's pretty beautiful.
She is pretty beautiful.
Chica's pretty bonita.
Bonita, Chica Bonita,
Chica bonita.
Chica Bonita.
Well, Phineas, what would you choose?
I would get rid of... Oh, God. Fuck.
There's so many things.
so
that
many
you
to
hate.
choose.
I'm such an indecisive guy.
The genie's right in front of you, and you know that like there's not a timer on the wish, but you know he's getting kind of impatient if you take longer.
Well, yeah.
All right, I'll do Fazbear.
Boo!
Boo!
I already answered
He
that
already
one.
stole my answer.
You both answered that.
But
We
answered
answered it
first.
good. And
No, you stole my answer.
okay,
Phil.
then in that case, Italia for me.
Italia, yeah, that's fair.
Because Italia brings.
I was thinking of some anime property. I was like, My Hero Academia. I'm sure there's something.
I've gotten good at it.
I'm sure there's something redeeming there.
I'd get rid of World War II.
I'd get.
my least favorite media property.
I would get rid of the
I hate
concentration
that
camps.
fucking fandom.
Yeah, World War II fans are pretty bad. There are people with a lot of World War II flags.
Oh, maybe I'd get rid of Pokemon.
But you know,
Oh, you don't fucking dare. Don't you touch my fucking Pokemon.
speaking of things getting rid of, Panda diplomacy's over.
Yeah, that's too bad. Did you hear about that?
No, I have no
They're
idea. what
taking
that
all
means.
the pandas back.
So, yeah, China did this thing because China owns all the pandas and they've been loaning them out to places. So, pandas just won't be in zoos anywhere anymore.
Which is fair. Who gives a
But
shit?
they used to have something called panda diplomacy before Xi Jinping took power, where something where they'd loan pandas out to places to kind of like get an olive branch and get people working with different industries. But they're just like, no, we're taking our pandas back now. And Taiwan, in 2013, they gifted them 2 pandas, which meant like unity and friendship. And then they died. And like they died the other day. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty bad.
But they died at the same time.
I say we just keep our pandas. We say, fuck you. You can't have them back.
I don't know. They can have those.
Do you want those
They
pandas?
can have those lazy pieces of shit. They can have
What would
them back.
China do if we refused to give the pandas back?
The World War III.
You think that
They
would be the
nuke the
catalyst?
pandas.
It is going to be something stupid that
Yeah.
that shit.
Well, I for one, fine. I'm fine with that. I don't like pandas.
I don't.
What-
well, I
what-
don't mind them. I would rather
think they
them
look
be in our
cool.
zoos than not. There's something
No.
cool to look at.
They're not that cool to look at.
What's wrong with them?
I think they could probably get like a nice big old brown bear in there and paint him up like a panda.
Oh, I think like that more if I went to the zoo.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah, they
awesome.
had
Just like a very aggressive panda on all fours constantly.
paint it like some fucked up combination of colors. Be like, we found a new animal.
You found a
This is
rainbow.
a fucking purple bear.
Yeah,
it's angry.
He's Freddy Fazbear, but in real life.
It's the real Freddy. Just like zoos just going under because everyone's on TikTok all day. They're like Five Nights at Freddy's promotion. See the bears, the animatronics were based.
Real bear.
yeah. See the bear that fucking Freddy Fazbear was based off of.
That's so fucking stupid.
They have like,
Well, they're getting rid of pandas. We gotta do something.
what about the zoo for Freddy Fazbear? They do a fox, a bird, and a bear all in the same exhibit, or whatever the other animatronics are.
That won't last long.
And they're all dressed up.
I think that would be fun. Just try that. Or it's just like for one night. It just leads to total
One
carnage.
night only.
Freddy Fazbear.
Yeah, people free the bear.
They try to get it out. They think
Massacres
there's like a
people.
kid inside, but it's just a bear that's dressed up. That's fucking pissed. Freddy, no.
Wait, no, this is what you normally do.
I think that's what's funny about it is that there's like no redeeming qualities about because like Pokemon they can be like okay like here's like a thing about evolution or like you can go and it's like here's like old ancient Pokemon and they've done a bunch of like educational stuff that's like Pokemon adjacent because that
Sure,
gets kids
yeah.
into like looking at stuff but like Friday Night Funkin' Freddy Fazbear is like literally has no redeeming quality in terms of like okay this could help society somewhat in any way shape or
Yeah.
form. It's like there's nothing, there's no like zoo exhibit that would make sense. It'll never get kids interested in anything other than like wanting to fuck Chica and that's it.
And maybe that's not such a bad endeavor.
Yeah maybe
You're right.
What are these? Are Japanese people clowning on us?
Yeah.
It's a video of a Japanese guy.
Video.
Well, no, there's been a lot of them where like Japanese people, you'll just see a bunch of fucking katakana up at the top, and it's just like you see like an emoji, like a sparkle emoji, and it will just be like some woman in a Walmart getting taken down, and then she's like freaking out. And there's like a bunch of them where Japanese people are apparently just finding American freak out videos and being like, "This is what it's like over there, huh?"
Every day of my life.
What did they say?
Cool. I want him to react to Alpine Coaster Crash. Be like, this is,
Oh, suge.
Get the whole Japanese population
like,
to
these
watch
fucking whites are out of control.
A video of an American woman being approached and telling her to get out of my country because she was speaking in German was widely shared on social media.
The translate is
That
confusing.
translation's wrong. She's yelling at the German guys.
Yeah, I
telling them
gathered.
to leave the country. And her boyfriend is like, stop fucking talking to them or I'm never going to talk to you again. And she just keeps going
It was
in on
funny
him.
when she was like, "Aw," like she was like, her boyfriend was like, "You're being a fucking freak. I'm never talking to you again." She was like, "Aw," and then she just kept doing it. Where she,
It's like, damn, bitch,
Yeah.
you're fucking drunk.
that's a, I don't know.
It's a hell of a way to break up with somebody, have
I
a
know.
crazy fucking
I guess if you're gonna
psychopathic
go
rant.
out in style,
Which I also think is interesting that she's yelling at a bunch of white guys telling them to leave the country. I'm like, oh, that's a nice change.
That's
Yeah.
pretty progressive for hate.
she's mad because
She just hates all immigrants.
Yeah, like regardless, that's kind of cool
Which,
though.
even then, you're assuming they're immigrants when they could literally just be on vacation.
On tourists, yeah. Maybe she was saying get out of her country because she just wanted them to leave, and she was like, "What would be the most hurtful way to say that?" It's like when kids say like the N word on Xbox Live chat, they're
Yeah.
not doing that because they want to make fun of black people. They're doing that because they're
You
like,
feel something when
yeah,
you say it.
There's like, what's the most hurtful word in my vocabulary? That one, okay, and go.
Yeah, I think those guys should have beat her ass on that train.
That'd have been cool.
I think it would have panned out really well for them.
I think they should have had sex with her.
They would have.
Consensually.
Oh,
No,
okay.
they
Thank
would
you.
have, like,
Thank you
done-
for clarifying that.
Yeah, they would have kissed. Wouldn't have been nice if they
Yeah,
kissed.
it's enemies to lovers.
That's true. That's my favorite tag
It's my favorite trope.
on fanfiction.net.com/.
The dollar
Tags.
margarita is back at Applebees.
Oh yeah, that's
Well, I've already got Don and Millie's. I don't fucking need to go to Applebee's to get a dollar margarita.
there's something about going to Don and Millie's and get those that makes me. I'm like,
It makes me feel a lot better about going to a goddamn Applebee's.
Oh, yeah, I just feel terrible as soon as I even see an Applebee's. Whereas Donna Millie's are like, I know what you mean, Jack, because like you go in, and it's that like bright white fluorescent lighting, and like sometimes there's like a family with their kids, just getting like burger and some fries.
And
a
then
lot
some-
of time it's old people.
Yeah.
and they're like, this is the only place where the inside makes sense to me.
because it hasn't changed in like 30
Right,
years.
it has like a slight diner vibe.
Yeah, and there's always like a homeless guy.
But then there's us getting just loaded on dollar margs.
and they know what we're about, and they're okay with that. I guess it's
But
also
that's what's beautiful about it. It brings us all together.
I think like because like the waitress, the fact that like Applebee's is like trying to be a better establishment, but somehow ends up being a worse establishment because it's like, oh, all of these things like you get way more like shitty people going to an Applebee's, and like when you have to like order and keep ordering dollar margs, that must be so much more annoying for the waitress.
Sitting down at a chain restaurant is always going to be like a horrifyingly sad experience.
Yeah,
But there's definitely the difference between sitting down at a fast food chain and sitting down at like a medium end.
I don't like
chain.
that places like Applebee's and TGI Fridays, they're playing pretend.
Yeah.
yeah, they're like, we're a real restaurant.
It's like, no,
you're not.
no.
You definitely aren't. If I can order you on Uber Eats,
You're
no.
trash food for trash whores like me. So
Yeah.
let's fucking
Which is fine.
let's skip
but-
to the dollar marks.
Yeah,
please.
give me the fucking dollar marks. I should walk in here and just start slapping my thighs, and then
You
should
know what this means. You know,
should
what,
know what
this
that
means.
means.
You
'Cause you're
bitch.
fucking trash like I am.
You fucking bitch. Waitress, give me another one.
Are you good? Oh, whatever. Boo-hoo. You're just gonna bitch about your tips on fucking Twitter. You're gonna be like, oh, the German guy didn't tip at all. This is why we shouldn't allow immigration. That was probably her.
That's what I say every time.
All those
nobody
fucking
tips me.
waitresses who are like, wah, wah. I'm like, shut up. You shut the fuck up.
Do you think that
Here's my number, bitch.
Yeah.
Now shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. If you wanted to get tipped better, then you should have hit on the guy.
I feel like Germans shouldn't be allowed to have margaritas. I don't know why.
it just
it
feels,
doesn't suit them.
No.
No,
Germans should never be allowed in Mexico. Period.
Yeah, no, Germans can't go.
they got to stay in
Germans
Argentina.
can't go to Mexico.
They can go to other South American countries.
Yeah,
like Argentina, but
Yeah.
I think that's why they went there, was because
They weren't allowed in.
It was something where it's like they're never gonna go there.
They were
not
trying
gonna
to
let you
get
in.
Mexico to invade us during World War II. They sent them a bunch of telegrams. There's the Zimmerman telegram.
please, it will be cool. They're
It'll
like,
be so
we don't
cool.
know.
Yeah, wait,
Yeah.
what?
You understand how bad of a front that would be for them. Like we could just literally steamroll them. We could just roll them up as we. It's like
I showed you my camps. Please respond.
don't these look so cool?
Don't you want those for yourself?
No. Okay. Okay, Dad.
No, I don't want
No,
camps.
oh yeah, just the leader of the Mexican government sounds like the guy that mows a lawn, where he's like, no, I say, oh, okay, oh, see, senor.
Oy vey.
A house cleaner from Family Guy.
Yeah.
What all their upper level politicians sound like.
No, no lemon pledge.
No.
Yeah,
No.
that's what happened, and that's why they are not allowed there anymore.
Yeah, that's why Germany just doesn't like going there, because they also hate I feel like if Germans drank a margarita, they'd just explode,
I don't think so,
or at
but
least pee.
I think they'd lick all the salt off and they go, that's good enough for me.
Yum yum. Can I get another one?
give me
You haven't
the
even finished it.
give me the salt.
Give me the salt. No, don't want that.
I don't want that.
I don't want that. All right. What else?
I don't know.
There's like nothing.
I was approached by a woman on Wednesday, and at first she was being flirty, but very quickly escalated to her asking me to eat her out in the bathroom at work. And I said, no, I don't want to do that.
That's coward. That's a coward's
You
move.
you
right
said
there.
it like fucking the house.
I was scared.
No.
She said that. Why are you scaring me? Get away, I said,
away.
but that's okay.
But then
Wait,
she
woman.
wrapped around your head like a face hugger with her legs.
Has that been traumatic for you?
Yeah, she grabbed my peener on the way out.
Oh, that's too bad.
I said,
sorry.
don't do that.
You should have gone 2 knuckles deep in her eye sockets. That's what happened. Good night.
What? What is that phrase?
It means that you
I know what it means.
your
But I'm
thumb-
saying, why did you say that?
No, I'm saying that's an
Where'd you hear
appropriate
that?
response.
Where'd you hear that?
Well, that's just a phrase that's
Where'd you hear
used.
that?
My uncle used it today when
Nice.
referring to a liberal person.
Of course.
He said, go 2 knuckles deep in their eye socket.
Yeah,
I was thinking you're saying go 2 knuckles deep in her pussy socket.
in her pussy
Do
socket.
people call it a socket implies.
Well, I
like,
guess
That
yeah.
there's
It's
some
in her
but
penis.
Is that not
socket.
true? Where a penis is
It's
supposed
more,
to go
yeah,
in
it's a
there?
penis socket,
Yeah,
if
there we
anything.
are. Sorry.
Get your shit together. We run a very important podcast.
We were a
Go
professional
2 knuckles
podcast.
deep in her shit socket.
in her shit socket. I just don't like the term socket.
Oh, you brought it
I like
up.
how that's the thing that I have umbrage with in this scenario. There was a funny story, kind of completely unrelated, but there was a funny story from my girlfriend's work where she was teaching students, and one of the students will and she apparently does this constantly. The student will just take black Sharpie and draw on her hand, and then red Sharpie and draw on her hand, and then go up to her and be like, he cut me, send him to jail. And she keeps trying to do that, and she doesn't know how to respond at this point. And she's like, oh, you should probably go to like the nurse's office. And she's like, no, just punish him. Like she
Like
doesn't.
another kid that.
Yeah,
was
she
fine.
just is sitting next to her, and she's like, how do I get him destroyed? And I'm like, what sequence?
trying to-
What sequence of things happen in your life that you're like, this is an option for me?
She should take care of that child. She should treat her well because she's gonna go places.
Yeah.
she's gonna become an influential figure in the world.
Yeah,
She knows how to
and then he's
attempt. At least attempt.
They're
to get
gonna.
Well, she's a little sloppy at the lying and manipulating right now, but
Yeah, but she's gonna
got the
improve.
drive. She's gonna get better.
She
She's gonna
understands
figure it out.
why you would want to lie and manipulate, and that's to get rid of your opponents. She's going to be president of the United States because she's going to be in a debate with Kamala Harris too, and they're just going to be talking or whatever, and then she's just going to stop the debate in the middle of it and draw in Sharpie.
You cut
like,
me.
She stabbed me in my hand, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, why did you do that?"
I'm wounded. Yeah, that sounds like what you guys do in my D&D campaign.
I did do that. In
Constantly
the D&D
try
campaign.
and convince other characters that you've been wounded by.
Yeah, you know,
NPCs.
I can't tell you.
We
how
only
much-
pulled that move
Twice.
twice, but
Maybe
But in
3
regards to the same incident.
so like, listen though, if life worked like D&D, where there was like a charisma roll every time you would say something,
Yeah.
I would be doing like
Well, yeah,
so much
you
more
have
stupid
an
shit.
automatic 50%. Well, it depends on whether God is a fair DM or
No, like let's say even like
a
to succeed on
fun
those
DM.
bullshit ones, it has to be a nat 20. That's a 1 in 20 chance that like
Yeah, no,
if you're
it's
going
an
up to Warren
automatic
Buffett, you say,
5%
"Give me your
chance."
money."
But that's because life's dice rolls go by Pathfinder rules, where you get a
Yeah.
crit success. You gotta get 10 over the DC. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you
okay.
can't crit succeed something if it's too
so
bad.
is it like is the AC? What's the DC?
It's a difficulty check.
class.
You idiot. You fucking piece of shit.
Okay, so the difficulty.
Don't even ask me another question.
What's mathematical math or magic? What's mathematical magic?
Oh, I told him about the sacred geometry feat in Pathfinder.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a super convoluted rule. I mean, I don't want to talk about that on the pod.
No,
That's gonna be boring
That's
as
good
shit.
stuff. That's good stuff. You
Uh,
know what else is good stuff?
Was good stuff.
ice cream.
What's ice cream good stuff? Ice cream's good stuff. Fucking Billy Adloff.
I hate that bitch.
Who's that?
She's the person who has rappers onto her place, and then she just like sits in the corner and like cowers. And the joke is that she's like between two ferns, but she didn't write any jokes.
Yeah, I had to mute her name on Twitter just so I never fucking saw her again.
And they'll constantly be like, "Oh, we brought her to like this one event," and then she'll just be sitting there with her arms crossed, like looking sad, and that's like her whole thing.
It's her whole
I
shtick.
feel like more and more of this podcast is just becoming you two explaining social
you're like,
media
"What's
to me,
that?"
and me going like,
Help!
okay.
It's kind of true.
Every time that you want us to explain something, you just should say like, "Help! Help!"
Yeah, I'll
What
raise
the
my
fuck
hand.
is happening upstairs?
There's I think it's outside on your hall.
There's sex happening.
Probably there's people fucking hardcore style.
Hardcore
Yeah,
stuff.
I wanna do some competitive athletic sex where you have to like bounce a ball around and score a hoop before you put it in.
Yeah, that would be cool. Competitive sex where you have to like bounce
You
your
gotta do.
penis.
You gotta do. some
Where are you
beats.
showing me?
This is
here?
Billy Adloff or whatever. Bobbi.
Bobbi Althoff.
Oh, put it off 2 times speed, you fucking Neanderthal.
What's wrong with that?
He did that to me yesterday.
You can get that.
too.
Well, it's just how I normally interface with YouTube videos, so that's how it always is. There's never a point where I'm not watching a YouTube video at 2 times speed.
On your fit?
It's just cringe.
Definitely would put a little moisturizer down there, and then I would definitely have. I wouldn't go tan.
Just
Tank
offset.
Tan
Yeah,
shirt,
she's
just 'cause that's the
interviewing
obvious.
Offset.
So
Yeah.
it's a little hot outside, and you
It's
talk
called
about heat,
The
right?
Really
Like with my
Good
boots, you have
Podcast.
on long jeans.
I don't care about this.
This is
That's a fair reaction.
it
It
has 2 million views.
I already said my bit when I said I hate that bitch. but-
It's just I don't know. People are always gonna watch someone interviewing someone famous.
Yeah.
I don't. I think
But she's like a massive
she had
industry
some
plant.
Drake thing, which was big, but I don't know why.
She was like a massive industry plant though, because like she basically just appeared out of nowhere.
Like, what's the
And it-
gimmick? Why? What is she doing?
She's
She just sits
awkward.
there and then
Being there
she's
and
like
being
awkward.
awkward.
She's awkward because she won't ask them questions. She'll be like, "Okay," and then they'll both just sit there,
She'll
and then she'll
insult
make the
them.
other person actually do the podcast for her, basically. Which like is a cool bit for half a second. It's a cool bit for an Eric Andre thing or like a little like Between Two Ferns style interview. It's not a cool bit for an hour-long fucking podcast, which is just aggravating because it's no cuts, no jokes. It's just you being like, "Okay." It's like
I guess.
it's like every woman on a first date. That's what she's like.
What?
How'd you just chill?
Just kidding. It's like most women on a first date. They say, okay.
You're going on some bad first dates.
Yeah, damn. Is that how it went with your
Plank.
current
It's
girlfriend?
like plank. No, she's awesome. She's different.
That's what I thought.
That's a whole different ballgame.
That's
We're not.
what I freaking thought.
The women I hate are like a mystical species.
All right. The one
Yeah,
so they don't exist.
Well, Jack's
The
not
women
talking
you
about
hate?
women. He's talking about women.
the idea,
TM,
yeah,
you know?
the idea.
The concept,
Which
the
that makes
Barbie,
it okay.
the Barbie mythology of women.
That's true. Barbie really, it was like they did that one line where it's like they want us to make money, but not too much money, and then I was
Everyone's just got to get off the internet.
yeah,
Everyone's got to stop forever.
I was like, this isn't my Joker moment. This is my Batman moment. That's why I said I stood up in the theater and said, this is either my Joker moment or my Batman moment. Barbie movie, you're gonna
Which could it be?
take the wheel. Because she's like, oh, they want us to get fat, but they want us to eat, but they don't want us to get fat. And they don't want us to...
There's a guy at the bar the other night who told me, he's like, I don't look like Batman. He's like, but I got his same personality.
All right.
That's pretty good. What the fuck?
I don't look... Did he look like Batman? Is he...
No, I
No.
imagine not.
Well, no, maybe he's underplaying it. He's like,
No, he doesn't look like Batman.
oh, that's too bad.
But he has the same.
Would you say he's hotter
personality.
or more uglier than Batman?
Fucking gotta be ugly?
Batman's always, like, not always, but often played by attractive superstar actors like Christian Bale and shit. So
Yeah.
less attractive. I mean,
Yeah.
they weren't ugly,
Did you ask
but
him which Batman he meant?
no.
Oh,
But I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's either Dark Knight or Robert Pattinson.
Whenever anyone's like...
Because
yeah, nobody fucking wants to be Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
fucking
well,
Batman.
yeah, no one's comparing themselves to Ben Affleck.
What I find
That's just
funny,
not
though-
Batman. When you see
Yeah.
Ben Affleck being Batman, you're not like, oh yeah, that's one of the Batman. You're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah,
You're like, this is like some
Oh,
bullshit.
that's Ben
Like,
Affleck.
well, it's not even that. Like, whenever I see that, I'm like, this is like a part of like that DC EU. Like, this is that whole thing. Like,
It's
that's a
corrupted.
completely different vibe. Yeah. I do think that it's funny to look back on the Dark Knight because every Batman since then has like interacted in some way, or like has been either very stylized, like the Robert Pattinson one, where it's like it's an art film almost, or it's like it's interacted in some way with like some sort of like mystical thing, or it had been like a little bit more silly. So like the Christopher Nolan ones were really just like Batman in real life, kind
Batman
of where-
grounded.
those fucking things where it's like Mario in real life.
Yeah,
it's like
of course.
Batman in real life.
Well, I want to know what this guy thinks Batman's personality is. Like, does he go around at night and just like beat
this
up
was not a
criminals?
guy who I was really trying to talk to for a long
No,
time.
yeah, but I'm
The interaction, I don't remember how we got there. He was like drunk and talking to me, and then he said that. And I'm like, that's cool, man. Anyways,
How did you not ask him what he meant by that? That's like,
because I deal with these drunk motherfuckers every other night, and I hate them. And
all
want them
I
to
know
leave
is
me
that if
alone.
someone came up to my cubicle and he just like tapped on it and he's like, hey, you free in a meeting? And I'm like, no. And I took off my headphones and he said, I don't look a lot like Batman, but I sure do act like him.
I would absolutely just go like, yeah, man. Like, I don't.
Came to
I
you
do
with
not want to know.
Did you
I
need
do-
something?
No, I would dig. I would be like, oh, what do you mean by that? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's a flaw in my personality, but when I hear that,
No,
I'm like,
I agree. I'd be very quizzical. I'd be like, "What's going on there?
what's going on? Are you like?
Do you hurt? Do you hurt people at night? Like, do you go out into the streets?
I'm gonna need to. Pat
I just
you
don't
down.
understand how, if you guys heard that, how you wouldn't just be immediately exhausted.
Oh,
I'd be like, oh
Because
god.
you deal with that every night. I don't. That's a new thing to me. That's a new creepy weirdo.
Isn't there a thing where like incels aren't talking about going Joker? They're like, I'm going Batman mode. They're
Yeah.
done with Joker mode.
That's what I like. That the term that I like now is like, this isn't my Joker moment. It's my Batman moment. I'm gonna set things right. Like, so instead of being like, oh, I'm like breaking the world because the world's fucked up, it's like, no, the world needs a savior, and that savior will be me.
it's far more cringe. I will say.
No, that's what makes it funny. Because you're talking about that in relation to like the Taylor Swift era's concert tour movies. I'm going to one of those.
They're gonna get together and Riddler the concert.
I'm gonna Riddler them.
Yeah.
Jack, is Travis Taylor's beard? What are your thoughts?
I have a lot of thoughts on that actually.
It's fucking.
But it's mostly
Taylor's Travis's. What would the opposite?
Taylor Traveler's Tales.
I mean, it'd be a beard either way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, but he's got a beard.
Yeah, and it doesn't look great. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it doesn't look great.
It'd be a mutual beard sort of situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're both
true.
They're both gay, but they're.
You said
together.
you have a lot of thoughts. Share 'em.
Well, I just think that it's one of those things where you look at a beard like that, and it's clearly intentional. When
Well-
someone has that much money, that's like the goal.
Okay, well, that's not what we're talking about.
I'm talking about people think Taylor Swift is a lesbian and that Travis is her way to
I didn't hear about this.
That's been the rumor for years.
Oh, okay.
You've never heard of the Gaylor Swift community?
Gaylor Swift.
I'm not
one's
making
new
that
to me,
up.
actually.
Not a
No.
joke.
My
I'm
podcasts
not-
don't like to bring
I've
that
not
up.
heard that specifically. Somehow,
People think that she's gay.
Yeah, I can
Mm-hmm.
see that.
There was some model or something that she spent a lot of time with, and there's a lot of pics of them supposedly being friends in a very intimate setting. She could be bi. Look, these are things Gaylors have discussed.
Seem
These
invested.
are options that Gaylors have thought about.
And
You seem somewhat.
when there was
invested
pics of
here.
her with Sophie Turner, they thought Taylor was crushing on Sophie
Yeah.
Turner,
Well, because they brought her, she let her stay at her house with the kids.
probably to eat her
And she
vagina.
said, "Hello, little kids."
I'm gonna have
Hello,
sex with
Your
your
daddy,
mom.
Nick Jonas, is a pedophile.
And so am I. Ooh.
Yeah, instead of the Gaylor Swift community, the
The Taylor Swift. The Pedo Swift.
Pedo Swift, Pedlore Swift. I don't know.
Pedlore Swift.
We can workshop it.
Yeah.
We're just starting, guys. We're gonna create an awesome community here.
If Taylor Swift came out as
Good,
like a loud and
well-researched
proud
community.
like lolicon, if Taylor Swift was just like, I really like that new lolicon song. I think it's just so wonderful.
The
I just
one
think
with
it's
the-
so wonderful.
The little girl dancing.
Do you think that a lot of her fans would fall off? Because Doja Cat's fans are falling off now that she wore that Sam Hyde shirt.
Yeah. Nobody should be a fan of Doja Cat. She's a fucking weirdo, and her music sucks ass.
She makes some songs that I like.
Yeah, no, she
but
makes songs that I
She
like.
is being weird as fuck.
She is posting herself with Sam Hyde t-shirts on.
Yeah, not a good look.
No.
Sweaty.
She's just a menace.
Anyways,
She just believes in men's rights.
what were you saying?
I was talking about pedo Taylor Swift, and how we're gonna out her, and when she gets outed, she's like, I just really like that new sugar UI.
Midnight
yeah,
was
that would
about how
not-
she only has sex with 12-year-olds.
Sometimes I feel like everybody's just a sexy baby,
yeah.
and I'm a monster on a hill. That
That line itself, honestly, turned me away a bit.
Yeah,
I
but it
just
was
like,
really funny because I asked
the
like
fuck would you
a
write
Taylor
that?
Swift fan, which was like my cousin. I was like, why did she say that? And then she said, have you seen the music video? And I just said no. And she's like, there's some really sexy babies in there. I was like, you're not helping your case.
This is worse, actually.
The best argument I've seen for that lyric was that it's an allusion to like the born sexy yesterday trope,
Yeah.
and saying that that's prevalent in media,
And also the idea
which makes
that
sense.
a lot of
when I heard that, I'm like, yeah, I could see that being what Taylor was.
it's
going
the idea of like infantilizing stars while also sexualizing them
I
in a
think
lot of
that's
ways.
definitely, yeah. Like,
It's what it's about, but I
it's
mean,
not.
But
I
when
wouldn't
you
write
first
that.
hear it, you don't go, "Oh, of course." You go, "What the
yeah,
fuck?"
exactly. It's not like something where you're like, damn, that's deep. You're like, why are you thinking about sexy babies? Why are you thinking about those two words in concert together ever? But yeah, so she came out, she was like, I just think babies are so beautiful. And she said that. Do you think her fans would still be on her side?
Well, babies are
I mean,
cool.
I don't know how many she'd lose, but I think she could probably put out like 2 more albums that did okay.
Yeah, probably.
Then after
Probably
that, it
quite
would
a
all
few
just-
more Billboard Top 100s.
Imagine, you know that one.
Taylor Swift came out and she said, "I don't do it, but if it was legal, I'd have sex with kids." She's got 2 more albums.
That's your.
In her last album, you know that one.
That's her out from like popular society. Is she just destroys her own image.
Yeah.
The you know that
Not bad
one
strategy.
like African choir that was like, you raise me up so I can stand. It's like one like white guy singing in the front, and it's a bunch of African kids behind him.
No.
Remember that?
No.
No, what?
I do keep seeing those videos where it's like a white woman and she does a TikTok trend dance, and then all the black little kiddos come out and they do it with her.
Oh, that
And I'm like, I don't know.
They're probably just a
something feels
fucking,
nefarious about this.
they're probably just a goddamn.
Okay. They can't even see it, so what the fuck
You
are
can
we...
you can get the vibe. It's
Alright, so there's a white guy here. He's singing.
All right, skip to the kids.
He's got a little army of African children.
Okay, it is kind of fun.
if she came out like tomorrow and did that with one of her songs after saying I'm a pedophile, of course. She said, I don't fuck kids, but I wanna. And then like she goes out with that. What do people also like
That'd be
Taylor
bad.
Swift with only African kids behind her?
I mean, immediately, if she comes out like that strong as of a pedophile, people are going like, she's making a statement, right? That's,
This is about...
Yeah, it's coded. It's a coded
I mean,
message
I
to
would
us.
think that, right? If Taylor Swift tomorrow said like, I want to fuck kids, I'm not doing it right now, I'd be like, okay, I don't know. Is she trying to be like edgelord? Is this a joke? Like, what's going on here?
Well, like her Taylor Swift
Is somebody
fans would be
threatening
like,
her family?
It would be
it
really
would
funny.
take her saying shit like that for like a while before I was like, oh no, she's for real.
Yeah.
She actually is trying to have sex with these kiddos. Stop kicking.
I like the
can.
idea of,
I'm
like, a
drinking from
misfire
this.
of
Get
a
your
joke.
fucking feet off it.
Just
bitch.
like a misfire. She's like, I thought it'd be funny. I thought it'd be funny if I said I wanted to fuck kids, but I won't.
It's not going to go well,
Yeah.
is my
it
guess.
definitely starts the end of her career.
That's definitely the downfall. I don't think she peaks at. I think she peaks at midnights if she does that. I think it's hard to come back from that
okay.
one.
I think if Taylor Swift started having sex with kids, that would definitely be her flop era.
They're doing an Eras tour again, and there's like the pedophile era Taylor, and she's got a look.
Is that what that's about?
The eras.
Her various eras?
Her various eras refer to like most of the time they refer to like her albums and like what she was doing because she had very different aesthetics for a lot of her albums. You might not notice it. There's some subtle intricacies about like how she holds herself in contempt of court.
Would Taylor Swift be your favorite Martian?
Taylor
What?
Swift draws your favorite Martian. I think I
Finally.
love you more. than the-
Crossover everyone's been waiting for.
just Orphan Tears, but with Taylor Swift in it.
Yeah.
Tears.
I do want Taylor Swift to just nuke her career.
Did
somehow.
Ray William Johnson?
What would be the
he dead?
funniest way for her to nuke her career? Pedophile one's good.
No, that's not.
Partnering with your favorite Martian on like her next
your
album.
favorite
That would
Martian
be
one
awesome.
would be so sick that I might actually just be a fan forever.
If Taylor Swift sung the Stereotypes song, that'd be so
Just in
cool.
general, if Taylor Swift started doing like mid 2000s like hack comedy music,
Yeah.
like think like
Yeah.
your favorite Martian,
Just like the
Taylor
fucking-
Swift does
Key
epic
of
rap battles.
Awesome, where
Yeah,
they-
oh,
You
yeah.
go- Yeah, all that shit.
sword, my diamond sword.
or like if she started doing Minecraft parodies, that would be fucking awesome.
I'm a Minecraft
You
finds
see Tobuscus' most recent, like he just put out like some transphobic rap. It's just so fucking
That was just-
cringe. It's like the
don't
same.
keep track of what the fuck Tobuscus is doing in this.
No, nobody really does, but it is funny.
Sometimes you check in, you know. It's like, oh yeah, my great aunt is locked away in a box. I better go see how she's doing. And you're like,
Put
how you doing?
himself-
And she's like, I'm
He's put
old.
himself in like some mental prison that he can't escape after he got accused of rape allegations,
There,
and he never really escaped that.
the rape allegations are always funny because like online people always like don't know how to interact with it because they're so brain poisoned by posting content every day that they're like, this is another piece of the content pie.
Yeah,
I'm being
being accused of sexual assault.
It's like, you know, most people just go to jail when that happens. Most people aren't just like let off and it's like, okay, bye. I guess you tried to fuck a 13-year-old, but that's fine. Like that's the weird like like shield that they have where it's like, oh, rape allegations, and they're like, okay,
You know who I am.
I'm Tobuscus. I made the peanut butter.
Peanut
butter and a biscuit song.
My diamond sword.
I want that. That's Taylor's next boyfriend is Tobuscus.
on the Eras tour, she's like, I love you. And she's pointing at Tobuscus, and he's sitting there in Minecraft costume. And he said, peanut butter biscuit, peanut butter biscuit.
He's wearing a creeper hoodie.
The Cookie Monster pajama pants and a creeper hoodie with his diamond sword in his back.
I would respect this shit.
Yeah, if she did start dating like anime YouTubers, that would even be
Ray William Johnson.
Next Taku.
Oh God.
She's just ducks Taku because he doesn't want to show his face. And then, remember during like the Olympics, there's that weird commercial of the guy as a robot going to ask that chick out. Because he was it was like a guy in a hospital, but he got up and he asked the chick out to prom. But like he was like, there's a screen on a robot, and he approached her and said, "Will you go to prom with me?" And then she said, "Okay," and he said, "Yes." And the robot's spinning around. And then like that, it's that both next
Oh,
stop. He's like VTuber guy at the concert.
That could work. That could work.
I actually went on a RuneScape date with Taylor Swift.
Yeah, what did you trim her armor?
No, we just fished.
Yeah, that's cool.
I gave her all my gold.
Oh no! Did she give it back?
No.
Oh.
She said
That's not the point. It was a gift.
She said she wanted to try on the party.
She said she could triple my money. She said she knew a cool exploit to triple my money, and that she'd be my RuneScape GF.
I believed her because she's Taylor Swift.
That's why I fucking hate Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that's why she's in her. That was her flop era.
That was her flop era.
That was her
stealing
thief
all my RuneScape. That was her thief era. Yeah,
I like the idea of Taylor Swift having a thief era where she's just like pettily stealing things.
Just her in a ski
to
mask,
be honest,
striped shirt, tiptoeing out of the house.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Is that Taylor Swift?"
And she's got like she still like has security. And she's like going from like these bodegas and just like taking like Reese's Pieces. It's like, is that Taylor Swift? It's like, oh, this is her thief era.
Yeah, she is old enough to probably have played RuneScape when she was a kid.
Everyone thought she was like a 4chan poster for a while. They're like, there's evidence that proves that she's a 4chan.
I'm sure some people still do think that.
Yeah, Doja Cat definitely is.
That's, I just think it's the idea of Taylor Swift going on like the boards and just being like, that's awesome. Like what this
That's
like
so
the funniest part about that to me though is that it's like with 4chan it takes so like you have to kind of be like an addict to 4chan. Like 4chan's a lot like Twitch where you have to just
you
be
go
on
there
24/7.
because there's an emptiness in your life, and it's the type of emptiness where it's like Taylor Swift. You know, you can be rich and famous and be empty, but it's not the same, and you're not going to go to 4chan to feel that.
You don't have the time.
No,
you know?
that's the whole thing. Is that like 4chan literally requires you to be on it like 24/7, like refreshing because of the way that their content is filtered. In order to like get the best content, you have to be on there like refreshing, looking at bullshit constantly and just scrolling. So it's one of those things to me that I'm like, the funniest part about that is the idea that she was like on tour, refreshing B, just being like, I hope one of these makes me.
What makes me sad is the VTubers that do regularly use like /VT, and it's just like you're gonna kill yourself.
Yeah,
looking at this shit too much.
What's funny is that /VT has slowly turned into like an internet gossip forum where like instead of people being like, oh, like this dumb fat fucking whore, instead they're like, I heard this rumor, and it's like it sounds some of the threads on /VT sound like my girly podcasts where they're just like talking shit about each other, and I'm like, this is not like this is like morphed into a slightly like offshoot of 4chan lingo.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people that weren't into 4chan just went to VT just to post.
Like VT,
and they don't use any other.
VT is like not the worst
4chan.
Place on 4chan for sure. Like there are definitely worse places.
Well,
to go.
I don't think you should post about VTubers on the internet at all.
What if you make a cool painting?
Well, that's not about them. That's a painting you made.
That's true. That just happens to feature a cute VTuber.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Jack Rockstar _ on Twitter. All right, thanks, guys.
All right, have a good night,
Bye.
everybody.
Email
Happy-
us. Email
happy
us.
Halloween.
Email.
brownbrickspodcast